Alrighty guys, so welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to be reacting to the Mrtlexify situation. Now, we're not going to be starting from the start. I've already seen everything, so it wouldn't really be that much of a reaction video. If we already if we just recap things that I've already seen. So we're going to be reacting to the part where Mrtlexify apparently, according to a lot of YouTubers and all these thumbnails and stuff, he beat the allegations. So I kind of just want to see and give my point of view on it and see if maybe he is cleared or if he's not cleared. So let's go ahead and get into it. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed today's video, don't forget to drop a like and sub. Here's our YouTube comment shout out. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alrighty, boys. Here we
Video will
go.
be my final response in regards to the allegations I'm being accused of by my ex-girlfriend, Reagan McNulty, or Pure Softy. The accusations against me are entirely false, and I have screenshot evidence that directly refutes the claims by my abuser
This is
and
gonna be
harasser.
crazy work, boys. I
I
can already tell.
apologize if my response seems late. It has taken me a few times to create this video
Trying to
because
audio
of the
bounce a
advice of
little
my
bit, sorry.
lawyers, as there is a legal investigation in place despite my harasser, Reagan McNulty, stating otherwise. I've also been in and out of the hospital, dealing with stress of thousands of people telling me to kill myself. To not seem disingenuous, I would like to state that I am presenting this information from my
the
notes
allegations,
to ensure that all points are addressed accurately and appropriately. Please be advised that this discussion will touch on sensitive topics, including pedophilia, grooming, sexual abuse, harassment, extortion, slurs, and suicide. On the screen and in the comments, I will have a suicide hotline prevention number and a domestic abuse number for anyone who is currently struggling or who has had past experiences with abusive trauma. Everything started in July 2024, where people on Twitter began harassing myself about messaging someone named Alex. I have reason to believe that these were Reagan's minions she sent to do her bidding as she was under cease and desist. Alex was a fan of my channel, who had messaged me first because I momentarily opened my Twitter DMs to the public. Alex was the one who initiated the conversation with me. Our communication included a short Skype call during which I discussed the abuse I was currently experiencing with my ex-girlfriend Reagan. The conversation was strictly non-sexual and was never taken anywhere inappropriate. Alex was simply a kind fan that I confided in after a heated argument with my ex-girlfriend Reagan. Alex has also come out to admit that she has never accused me of doing anything wrong. Reagan accused me of messaging minors, which is once again a completely false accusation. When we were not in a relationship together, I was using dating apps like Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble, where the minimum age to join is 18. The age of consent globally on these apps is 18, ensuring that everyone that I communicated with was of legal age. I want to emphasize that I do not specifically target dating 18-year-olds and minors as my ex-girlfriend claims. My current partner, who I've been with for almost a year now, is my age. Reagan even states in her own document that the women I reached out to were all 18. She has no genuine proof of backing her claims of pedophilia and no proof
we
that
need
I
to
was
pause
only
real quick. Okay, even if, like, okay, here's the problem, guys. And I'm not gonna sit here and advocate for somebody who's a lot older to date someone who's 18. But bro, when you are on a dating app, it does not say their date of birth. They could be 18 turning 19. Okay? Even for him, like that's not, you know, that's not a terrible thing. You know what I mean? Like if he was like 40 plus years old, yeah, you know, maybe like 35 plus pushing it. 30, yeah, a little pushing as well. But brother, it just doesn't make any sense to me, like at all. That people are like absolutely raging about that specifically. Especially when they could be any range of 18. Like even if they are fresh 18 or anything like that, they made the adult decision to be on an app. So then they're 18 years old. So like you said, they're supposed to be 18. The age of consent is 18 and everything. It's not like he went into another state and said she was 16, so she's ready to go. She's person was 18 according to the app. So, you know, this is definitely why they need to add like some type of ID verification. I don't know if they do. I haven't been on dating apps in a long time. I've been with my girlfriend for quite a long time now, so I literally have not had any use of any dating apps or anything like that. So literally, I wouldn't know myself if there's any ID verification, but there definitely needs to be some type of verification there if there's not. So, anyways, let's continue with the video.
Messaging 18-year-olds, as many of the women I tried to date were in their 20s. Regarding the video of me circulating, it was sent to verify my identity because a woman I was messaging doubted my authenticity due to me mentioning that I had a career with YouTube in my bio. The video was sent to someone from a local university after we moved the conversation off the dating app so I can confirm myself to her. The app does not allow personalized video or photo exchanges, which is why I'd done this. I never strategically used my career to be with women. It is simply my job. There's no proof of these women I've messaged being underage, as Reagan insinuates, as well as no woman that I've ever messaged on any dating app having ever come forward that I ever messaged them in an inappropriate manner. I joined these apps after breaking up with Reagan, which happened multiple times. During these breaks, I never received confirmation from Reagan that our relationship was over. Instead, Reagan would often ghost me for months at a time and then suddenly return by love bombing me and saying how much she missed me, as she was a covert narcissist.
You might think I'm a fearful avoidant, but I'm a covert narcissist. Let me tell you how this is going to go.
I'm going to tell y'all right now, bro. There are a lot of women who will do this. It doesn't matter whether you are good looking. It doesn't matter whether you have a shitty, if you have a shitty personality or not. There's always going to be that one girl, bro. Unless you just meet your high school sweetheart and you date for the rest of your life. Especially nowadays, you're going to meet that one girl who is very, very hot and cold. Speaking from experience myself, I'm not going to name drop or anything, but I used to have an ex who was actually pretty crazy. She literally would call me at work and say, specifically, hey, if you don't answer me right now, we're breaking up. Or she would say something like, hey, it's an emergency, can you please leave work? Or can you please go to the break room so I can call you? And then I would answer the phone, and then it would be stuff like, oh, I just wanted to say hi. And then I would get in trouble at work. And eventually it even got to the point where I just broke up with her because she thought that it wasn't working out. And not only that, but on top of that, she would come back the week after and then constantly message me even years after the whole ordeal went down and stuff like that. So, it's just kind of rough for some people to deal with people like this, especially when, they say one thing, but they completely mean another thing. So, it's just not great at all.
First, I am going to come across like a very humble person. I may even relish the victim status. I have been hurt in the past. I've had toxic relationships, and I am on a healing journey. I have walls up, and I have a guard up because I've been hurt. But you are different. You are wonderful. I am going to love bomb you and make you think that you are my savior. You are the person that can break through my walls. I am going to make you feel like you're on top of the world. You are going to feel seen, heard, and validated like you never have before, and there's going to be a connection and a chemistry that is off the charts. See, what I've done is I've put you on a pedestal because deep down, I've convinced myself that I am perfect, and therefore, I deserve a perfect partner. But then, as time goes by, I'm going to notice your imperfections. I can't have that. I deserve a perfect person because I'm pretty awesome after all. So I am going to start devaluing you. Also, your supply is starting to get boring to me. Your supply is the attention, affirmation, adoration, power and control that I feel entitled to. And, well, you're not the shiny new toy anymore. So I'm going to continue to put you down. I'm going to find little faults in everything that you do. And I'm also going to do distancing behaviors. I'm going to stonewall you. I might even cheat on you because, well, after all, it's your fault. You didn't give me what I needed. And I'm going to make sure that you think that all of my behavior is your fault. And I'm going to turn your world upside down. I'm going to gaslight you so hard, you don't know what direction is up and what direction is down. But meanwhile, I'm still going to play that humble victim role. But the devaluing is going to get worse and worse and worse. And you're going to try harder and harder and harder.
Bro, the fact that some of these are tweets, bro, is
crazy. And no matter what you do, I can't be pleased because you are just not good enough for me. And then eventually, I've completely exhausted your supply. I am going to unilaterally discard you. I'm going to throw you in the trash. And you are going to be absolutely devastated. You're going to be searching for answers. And you're going to think that I'm a fearful avoidant. Because I didn't. And you're going to think.
Visual confirmation that my ex raped a 17-year-old minor when she was 21. Cheated on me as an adult, signature, and date. Oh no. Oh no. Didn't tell me anything about her previous relationship until I had searched for it in her diary. This was the only time in my life I can truly say I knew the true Reagan McNulty. Bro, this is crazy. What the date? Did she write a time? That's like the only thing she's missing, bro. Wait, I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna try to at least. My birthday is this Sunday. It's tomorrow. My only birthday wish is that Lawrence sleeps something at the Dell. Please change his brother's meds. Please, please, please. This is my only birthday wish. Besides, okay, I need to sleep with him there. Are you serious? Or we are together. She will mention that he can stay. God bless. Good night. Wow. Say 11:11. You got cares a barbecue or Korean barbecue. He's so patient, handsome there. Many times I would sit there looking at him. I'd realize how handsome he is. He's good at everything, so handsome. I need to get better. And it's his brother that accidentally walked in on us fucking, but he had a blanket on top, thankfully. What? 7 to 10 times, but he came only 5 times inside me. Bro. And keeps me pregnancy free. What the hell? Does he have receipts that he was 17 though? I can't see that. Or does he just know that the person was 17 at the time? Bro, that is crazy. Bro, she let a 17-year-old Twinkie her, bro? Oh, nah.
Think that I'm a fearful avoidant.
This is crazy work, bro.
I didn't come across grandiose in the beginning. I came across like a hurt person from the past that's going on a healing journey, so therefore, I can't be a narcissist, right? Well, now that the discard is done, I am actually going to smear you. I am going to go around and talk.
And then this is when she put out all those tweets. I remember seeing these because I watched the in-depth video about like her response and everything.
About you to anybody that'll listen. I'll get that attention from people for being the victim of you, which will make me feel good. And I'm going to escape any kind of accountability. That way, I'm not held responsible for what happened, and I can just relish the victim role.
Yikes.
And then, as time goes by,
that's crazy.
My new supply is going to get old. And then I'm going to reach out to you. I'm going to tell you how much I regret what I did. I'm going to tell you how much I miss you and how much of a mistake it was to leave you.
Wow.
And you are going to buy it hook, line, and sinker.
Bro, he pulled up with every receipt in the book. I'm like skimming through these as they pass by, but
devalue you.
Bro,
and then
she's literally trying to like do everything just to like talk to him again and be cool with him again. Even with all the shit that she's done, bro. Like, you let a 17-year-old like have sex with you, bro, when you are 21 years old. And even worse, even though I still don't think this is right, she probably didn't even do it in a state where the age of consent is even 16. And if she did, that's foul because she probably moved there to go do it.
I'm going to.
No, wait. She's in California. She's in California.
Discard you.
Oh, man.
I'm going to do these things as many times as you will allow me to do. And every time I devalue you and discard you,
I
it'll
need to
get
see that.
progressively worse.
Hold on.
And worse and worse.
Let me cook.
And discard you, it'll get progressively worse. Allow me to do.
I have been retained by Lex in connection, the repeated extortion and or extortion attempts. Have subjected him to via electronic means. You have also threatened to expose Mrtlexify, or whatever his last name is, various online platforms to damage his reputation, which would say, oh, this is a cease and desist. Man. That's crazy. You're being put on a formal notice that my client no longer wishes to receive any communications from you. Oh, via electronic, because this is a restraining order? I'm confused. Means or otherwise, in particular, any threats that constitute extortion or attempted extortion under California Penal Code. Damn, so she is in California, and the age of consent is 18 in California, guys. So, yeah, not good. Not looking good on her part at all. Extortion is a felony punishable in California by imprisonment for a period of 2 to 3 or 4 years or a fine of up to $10,000, which she probably doesn't have. Under California Penal Code 518, extortion is the obtaining of property or other consideration from another with his or her consent, induced by a wrongful use of fear. Under California Penal Code 519, fear such as will constitute extortion may be induced by a threat of the following: to accuse the individual threatened or a relative of his or her or a member of his family of a crime, to expose or to impute to him a deformity, disgrace, or crime. Okay, this is arrest like. Wait, in many blackmail cases, the threat is to do something perfectly legal. Okay, they just talk about like legal mumbo jumbo. Y'all can read the rest and pause it. But yeah, skimming through it, it's just not looking good for her, bro.
And every time I devalue you and
Also, your boy has the attention span of a goldfish. It literally says cease and desist on top of it. I don't know why I said restraining order.
This everlasting healing journey, working on myself, because I'm the victim after all, and I love to get attention for how victimized I've been, especially by you.
I never went on a date with another woman. One of the clear breaks in our relationship was in September 2021 when she told me she wanted to pursue someone named Lawrence. She was already cheating on me with him months prior, as evidence of this Instagram photo. I first learned about Lawrence's true age of 17 when I found her diary that detailed her cheating on me as an adult when we were in a relationship earlier that year. Reagan did this simply because I had tried messaging other women to escape this relationship.
Bro, how did he get a hold of her diary, bro? Did she actually leave that with him and think that everything was going to be okay? Nah, this is bad, bro.
Parents had kicked her out of his house and called the police on her when they discovered Reagan was lying about her age. Reagan targeted Lawrence, who was a minor. I was disgusted by her actions and tried to contact Lawrence's parents, but I was unsuccessful. She had a history of cheating on me, and I was only ever made aware that she cheated on me with two people, one Lawrence and two
They called the cops on her too and everything, bro.
Because she found a photo in summer 2018
of me
next to a female tour guide in Thailand. She was furious about this image as she thought that I had cheated on her, so Reagan then cheated on me with Marlo in November 2018. Just this last month, I was told anonymously that she had been cheating on me with 5 underage boys from her high school throughout our relationship.
What? 5? Fucking 5. What the fuck was she doing? She's sitting at the fucking high school spawn camping, bro? What the fuck? 5? And these boys probably didn't even know. She looks like she could be younger. These boys probably didn't even know. Or, you know, a lot of boys, you know, they think it's like a stature thing, that they will sleep with somebody who is a lot older than them. And, like I said, I don't, you know, what's the word? I don't think this is okay. I'll just say that. It's literally just not okay. There's no realm or any type of world where you should be doing any of this shit. Stick to people your age. Stick to minors if you're a minor. Stick to adults if you're an adult. If you're an adult, don't wait for a minor to turn into an adult. If you've known them since they were a minor and you actually still like them when they turn 18, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you are a pedophile, because that means that you had something for them back in the day as well. Unless it's been like 10 years or something like that. You haven't known them and they're like 28 and you're like 30 something now. Like, no, it's fucking ridiculous. All right, let's continue.
Them into my place in Los Angeles to take promiscuous photos of her in exchange for sex. This happened after I'd gone home to Canada in August 2022 to tend to my dog passing away. Reagan is also responsible for my social media accounts getting hacked, as she has tried downloading free software on my laptop just before I had left LA, which caused a Redline malware to steal all my information. Reagan would also try to justify her cheating, but when we were separated in 2019 and I tried messaging other girls, she would go berserk and would threaten me that I would never be able to leave the relationship, and if I did, she would expose me on Drama Alert or end my career. During this time, Reagan started extorting me for my money, as evidence from PayPal statements from 2019 to 2023, until I filed a cease and desist against her. The extortion became severe, as I had gone broke multiple times for her rent, lifestyle, and cheating on me with other men, which proves her claim of me simply being a pay pig false. Reagan had shared her made-up side of the choking incident in her Part 2 Google document. In reality, the situation happened much differently. While we were at the Airbnb in Coronado, California, Reagan saw that I had texted other women on my phone, as she would not allow me to leave the relationship since she threatened my career. I could not leave this situation, as I was broke and away from my home country of Canada, and I'd spent $12,000 on an Airbnb that I could not refund. Reagan went into a manic episode and broke a wooden board on my back and then started destroying the Airbnb. Reagan says she was using marijuana, which is not at all possible, as Airbnb hosts do not allow drug use on their property. The Airbnb host, Victor, even questioned why it looked like someone had repeatedly stabbed the walls, which were damages from Reagan that I had to pay for. Victor never mentioned anything about marijuana at all. When she started destroying the Airbnb, she first broke the wooden board over my back, took the broken pieces of board and deteriorated the walls, and then started threatening my life. In an act of self-defense, I had to restrain her to prevent further property damage and physical harm to myself, as my life was under threat. This was not the only incident of physical abuse from Reagan. As a month prior, she decided to bite my face for once again looking through my phone and thinking I was cheating. Reagan's claim of her biting me after us play fighting is completely false and makes no sense.
That is crazy,
I took this photo and applied a bandage by myself, as Reagan was not even in the room and was still furious at me for assuming that I had been with another girl.
And he has receipts of the damage.
She would always get physical whenever I tried to escape the relationship. The second incident was staged, as evidenced by her Part 2 document where she admitted she would delete this choking video if I provided her with a boob and nose job. Reagan woke me up at 5 a.m. and physically assaulted me after looking through my phone and seeing text messages of mine with other girls. The physical abuse was so bad that I had to self-defend and restrain her to get her away from me. Once again, keep in mind, we were not dating, and I was solely there to get my belongings and help her move into a new place. This was after I figured out Reagan was cheating on me with a minor. Reagan did this to ensure that I would keep paying for her and her new apartment. I was so broke, I could not even get a hotel that night. My only option was to sleep at her place. Despite Reagan's claim that unfortunately that her phone wasn't recording, she still threatened me that she would release this video if I did not continue to pay for her rent, lifestyle, and surgical procedures. In regards to the photo of her bruised leg, these photos are fake, as at the time we were moving from one apartment complex to another. Reagan claims this event took place on June 6, 2023, with the photo being taken on June 7, 2023. I had taken a picture of movers spending the entire day and night on June 6th, the supposed event of physical abuse, moving our stuff from her old apartment into the new one.
This is crazy, bro.
On June 7th, we were also not in our old place where she took this photo of her bruised leg. There was no time for any of these accusations to have taken place, and if something did occur, the movers would have noticed. Reagan was in 3 separate car accidents in Los Angeles during 2022 to 2023. These bruises were from these car accidents when we lived in our old apartment where I was not in the car at the time. Reagan had also messaged a fan of hers regarding why the bruise was there in a Twitter post in 2023, which she has now deleted. She also has Instagram evidence of her showing that bruise in a photo in 2022 before this incident could have ever occurred. The photo of her bruise does not make sense, as this could not happen from her claim of me kneeling on her. This bruise looks like a high-impact car crash. She explained how she sent me the groping...
Not only that, bro, I've had some pretty gnarly bruises, like raspberries and stuff like that. If he was kneeling on her, I'm pretty sure he would have broken her knee and her entire knee would have been swollen. Not just one point. It looks like somebody like bashed her knee with something at one spot, or 2 spots, sorry.
Video in 2020 saying how she thought it was so cute and how she loved that we did that together. There's proof of her lying, saying that she wanted to turn 18, how the only way for us to work was for her to...
Why is her name 666? Brother, you should have gotten the hint at the beginning of the relationship. Unless this was after all this shit. But, oh my god, 666? What the fuck?
Lie also about...
Wait, or is that her? That's her messaging the minor, I think. Oh no, brother.
Her age. And also how she says she wouldn't have sex in 2018 because it's illegal. Almost like you have proof of you saying you'd wait until December 13th until you were legal. Here's also
bro, this is what I was talking about, bro. The whole waiting for people thing. Like, bro, just because you wait does not mean that you are clean, okay? Because that just means you have a sexual attraction for a minor. What you need to do is lose all contact, okay? If y'all run into each other 5, 6 years from now after you cut complete contact, sure. Like, but if you are continuously talking to them and waiting for them to turn 18 and just like, that's fucking crazy. That's worse. Because you're literally sitting there, like, you're sitting there itching to sleep with a minor, bro. Like, oh my god, this is crazy. Alright, I don't know why it's not
She would
playing.
fantasize about me before we even knew each other and cry
Oh
about me how
my
she said she was
God,
in
brother.
love with me before I even knew her. How about you saying you were a virgin in 2020? Or how about you saying you'd love lying to people that you were 16? What about admitting to me you orgasmed to me about my streams when you were 14? Or how you'd ask me to be your boyfriend again in December
What?
2017 after we had separated? How about you telling me you were happy you found your daddy at 15 before I even knew you, or you wanting us to live together when we didn't in 2017, or you claiming you wanted to do cocaine at 16, or maybe even claiming that the daddy kink was yours and not mine? How about you admitting you lied about your underage age and how it still didn't do you justice? Or how about you admitting you regret taking things slow with me in 2017 when I told you I wanted to wait and you were completely obsessed with me? Or how about you saying you knew you wanted me at 15, or even me admitting that I just wanted to be your best friend instead of in a sexual relationship multiple times, yet you were the one that wanted to be a little, which is something I did not want to partake.
Okay. Let me get something out the way as well. I still think it's weird that he wanted to be best friends with her. With a child. But I digress. He said he wants nothing sexual to do with her. He reiterated that like 1,000 times, according to these messages. And yeah, I still think it's weird they have your best friend being underage and stuff like that. You know, it's just really, really weird. If you knew her when you were a minor and she was like, let's say like she was like 13, he was like 16, and then he turned 18 and she was like 15. I mean, I guess since they've known each other for years and years while they were minors and stuff like that. But that's even just pushing it even as being a best friend. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't be that close and consoling with someone who is a fucking minor and hanging out with them like that as a best friend who is a minor. I just think it's crazy. Unless like it's obviously like a childhood friend, like you know, like your family friends and stuff like that. You guys' families are always around each other. I guess that's cool. But man, this is just another person off the internet, bro. This is just crazy work. All right, well, next.
Partaken. Lastly, how about all this proof, even after all of this, that you still wanted me despite your claims of finding me repulsive? This woman has lied to the public so many times, I don't even know how to keep track of it anymore, and how you literally admit you'd flex my gifts on your Instagram because you love them and not because I use them to get a service out of you, or even how you admitted you wanted to invite your own friends who bought your drugs to my place. There is also a serious claim where I'd raped my ex-girlfriend, Reagan. The statement made by her is completely inappropriate and false. I can absolutely, without a doubt, confirm that everything intimate we did together was consensual and of age. There is absolutely no real proof showing otherwise. As well, in all the photos she took of us during this completely terrible time, it would not make sense as to why a supposed victim of rape would then take multiple photos and videos with their abuser being happy and smiling. Reagan also then proceeded to post these photos and videos on social media. I had told her that I did not want photos of us on my Instagram because I had felt we were too young at the time, which she got absolutely furious about. Reagan had a kink in regards to the word rape and had a tendency in throwing it around a lot, which can be seen in her diary and multiple text messages. Reagan's accusation of grooming is once again utterly false. The only reason Reagan started
not
calling
only was the whole rape thing like not real, but it's literally her fantasy. Like it's all like everything in her head is a fantasy, bro. She's
was
making
when
up
she
shit.
started cheating on me with Lawrence. Reagan had told Lawrence that Lex was an adult.
Wait, what do you say right there? I didn't see
Reagan
that
was
message.
cheating on me with Lawrence. Reagan had told
He said, "How do I
Lawrence that
stop
Lex was
this?
an
No
adult
thanks."
and Reagan was a minor
Bro.
when we first met, which is also false. Lawrence used this information
Look, man,
as an attempt
if somebody messages you like that, like let's say like in the situation of somebody like, because I am a 23-year-old man. I'm about to be 24 in a week and like a couple of days. If a woman or no, not a woman, sorry. If a minor were to message me like that, even if anybody were to message me like that, because I am taken at the moment, that's an instant block, bro. Like, especially if it's a minor, that's an instant block. What I usually do with my girlfriend actually is when a woman messages me, is I show her the message, and I'm like, hey, this is pretty wild what this person tried saying. What do you think about the pickup line? We both laugh about it. And she does the same with me as well when guys try to message her. That's just absolutely crazy, bro. And it doesn't even matter how good looking you are, like I said earlier, or anything like that. There will always be somebody who's looking to be like a wedding crasher or a relationship crasher. It's weird because a lot of women will actually prefer to be with the guy who is in a relationship or to get with the guy who is in a relationship. So honestly, just crazy work, bro. This is all wild as shit. Yeah, bro. All right, well, let's continue.
Get her to expose me for financial gain. She had never once called me a groomer or a pedophile until she met Lawrence. She constantly used these fake ideas Lawrence gave her as a way to manipulate me when she did not get what she wanted. This is evident in Reagan's tweets, where she repeatedly posted how she wanted to share her story throughout the years after 2021 when Reagan and Lawrence met. While she was publicly hinting at exposing me, Reagan privately demanded money and threatened to expose me on Twitter if I did not comply. Her sole purpose was to scare me into giving her money by using these words as a threat to destroy my career. I knew I did nothing wrong, and I always tried to show her love. I attempted multiple times to tell Reagan's mother about these scenarios and even tried to explain that our relationship could not have been statutory rape as everything was handled legally. It was not because I committed this crime that I was explaining this to her. It's because I was clarifying what she believed had happened, which did not occur. This fear is why I continued to give her money and why she never officially filed a police report. It was all to extort my online image. Another serious accusation against me is that I groped my ex-girlfriend.
Hey, 5 days before my birthday in
The
2017.
video she cites as evidence is
I was barely
misleading,
about to turn
as
17.
we were already in a public consensual relationship, which can be seen in numerous social media posts where she is showing me off and bragging about how much she loves being in a relationship with me. Nobody at the Z House ever witnessed any sexual abuse, as this simply did not occur. This includes the oral rape accusation that never happened.
As much as I support the fact that he turned her down and everything, and kind of leading back to what I was saying earlier, you don't wait for someone to turn a certain age, bro. That's just weird, brother. You either just cut off all contact, and like I said, you run into them years later when you guys are both grown-ass adults and it's been some time, and they've had more time to mature and everything like that. And I'm not saying to be like, oh, let me message you back in 5 years. No, you block them. You run into them by chance. Maybe something kindles, later on in life. But, bro, this is ridiculous. And I'm not saying either to, line it up to where you're like, oh, I know she's going to be here, so let me try to be around here, see if I run into her. Bro, no. Cut it off, bro. None of this would have taken place. None of this, he would have been fine if he would have just straight up blocked her, ignored her, didn't say anything, didn't enable anything, nothing like that. So let's get back into it.
Reagan.
And that's the other thing too, is that she was lying about being underage as well. So that's another thing. Is even though he may have not fully known, I feel like he should have figured it out at some point, bro. I don't know.
Coherent and filming these videos, was seen laughing and sticking her tongue out and recording these videos happily. She has provided no proof or documentation of any discomfort and then later asked when she could come and see me again. During the Z House party, when my friends first met Reagan, she had asked me to lie about her age. As seen in photos, she would constantly lie to people about her age and even admitted that when we first met, she lied and told me that she was 16. She also found it hot AF to date older guys and stated that at a young age, she knew she wanted to be with an older man. Reagan never mentioned having a problem with our 2-year age gap relationship. It is very important to note that when my friends first met Reagan, Reagan had asked me to lie to them about her age. She even lied to me about her age. Her claim that I used an escape room passport to lie to my friends about her age is entirely false. She was the one who forged her own passport with her own fake ID, and I had told her to go outside.
Oh, okay. Now, talking about this part now, that's the thing, bro. Is that he most likely saw this and was like, oh, she is of age. Bro, I take back what I said earlier, bro. This man was wronged on every type of level. She literally forged a way of like a government form of ID just to like show her age and her passport and all that, and then tried blaming it on him. That is wild, crazy work. And with her, and with all the context of her saying like she wants to be with an older man, of course she would forge it. Bro, this is wild. Oh, the audio's like shitting itself. Sorry, boys. Hold on, boys. I think I know what's wrong with the video. Give me a quick second while I fix it. Be right back. Alrighty, guys. So we're back from a pretty long break. I had to fix some things on my monitors and stuff. So, but we're back. We're here to finish the rest of it. Let's get into it.
16. She also found it hot AF to date older guys and stated that at a young age, she knew she wanted to be with an older man. Reagan never mentioned having a problem with our 2-year age gap relationship. It is very important to note that when my friends first met Reagan, Reagan had asked me to lie to them about her age. She even lied to me about her age. Her claim that I used an escape room passport to lie to my friends about her age is entirely false. She was the one who forged her own passport with her own fake ID, and I had told her to go outside and not participate in the escape room as it was
like
18
this
and over. Reagan decided to
absolutely
lie to
insane,
join the
man.
escape room.
It's just
Reagan
absolutely
had never
wild
used
to me
this
that
prove anyone about her age, contrary to her claims.
she
Pat,
even
or the
forged
Smith
her
Plays,
age,
had stated
brother,
in his
on some
response
ID.
that I had been hiding why I went
Just
to my
to get
cousins,
something
but this
going.
is not true. I did go to my
crazy.
cousins, but I also did see Reagan as well. Reagan also claims that I lured her in with gifts, which is entirely false. She was the one begging to come to the house and see me, as all her gifts were requests that I had purchased for her since we were in a relationship. In Reagan's Google document, she lied about me forcing kinks onto her. Reagan requested to be called by these kinks. She fantasized about being a little and calling me daddy. These were all her own personal kinks that she wanted me to participate in. Reagan also stated how she blamed me for her lack of education, which is false. The evidence shows that she bought marijuana underage to skip school, which is a situation that I had no involvement in as I was not even in the country. Another important thing to mention is that Reagan was an obsessive fan of mine. She fetishized me before I even knew who she was. I never used my influence to engage with her. She was the first person to message me and enact any sort of a relationship. The claim that she was not interested in doing intimate things with me and felt repulsed while we were in a consensual public relationship is just completely false. Reagan was the one begging me for intimacy, even when I had told her that I wanted to wait
This is crazy.
and not
It just
rush
goes to
anything
show, bro.
as we were so young. I would like to apologize to anybody that
just
has been
crazy.
affected by the situation in a negative manner. Specifically, I would like to formally apologize to Pat, or the Smith Plays, and everyone involved at the Z House, where Reagan made me lie about her age to you. There was never any sexual assault, sexual abuse, or rape that happened during this time. I'd also like to apologize to Merc Music and Corinna, as I was not talking about them being minors, but them being engaged, since the message Reagan had used was taken out of context. However, I would like to state, Pat, that I did send you a message privately on your Twitter before you made this statement public, in which you saw, but you chose not to respond and hear my side of events and Reagan's roommate's side of events. You not wanting to hear anything I had to say and painting my ex-girlfriend in a benevolent light when there's evidence of her clearly being a pedophile was a direct punch to my gut after calling you my best friend for many years. You had said you had looked at all the evidence, but conveniently skipped out on how Reagan is a definitive pedophile proven by her own diary and words. I don't want to hear about a lack of trust where nothing bad happened when you did not listen to Noah's ex-wife Martina about Noah's scandalous behavior in 2021, which did not allow for a third Z House to happen. Noah, invited all of us to Texas in September 2021 for a third Z House, yet nothing was ever filmed because Noah cheated on Martina in 2021 at EDC. And you and JC were utterly supportive of him in Texas, even inviting him to cry at our own Airbnb without my consent. It boggles my mind that you would be supportive of a man who blatantly cheated on his wife for fun, yet would not share the same sentiment to me when I was obviously in an abusive relationship that I could not escape
dropping
from.
the
JC
fucking...
and Noah are not exempt from this either. I had moved to the same apartment complex as JC in 2022 and even shared about my abuse with him, and he did absolutely nothing.
Wait, so who cheated on him? No, cheated on Martina with Fuzzly at EDC in 2021, which is why there was never a third Z House in Texas. Oh my god. Really? He cheated on his girlfriend with Martina? I am sorry, I'm the only one who decided to listen to you about not trusting Noah. Enjoy the 2 houses you got from him after the divorce. Damn! Throw that shade.
An abusive relationship that I could not escape from. JC and Noah are not exempt from this either. I had moved to the same apartment complex as JC in 2022 and even shared about my abuse with him, and he did absolutely nothing and actively avoided me. This is why you unfollowed me on Twitter 2 years ago. Noah had also said he would visit me, but never came to my place once. JC, you couldn't even spend 10 minutes to sign a recommendation letter for my visa after all we've done together over the years. If you want to trust my ex-girlfriend so much, here's a post Reagan made about seeing you cheat on Emmy with her sister Kate at Coachella. Everybody in our group saw your inexcusable actions and were utterly shocked that you would be sensually touching your girlfriend's sister in front of all of us while Emmy was not there. I don't think PlayStation Studios wants to associate with a cheater who defends pedophiles such as my ex-girlfriend Reagan. I guess it makes sense considering Noah also invites pedophiles to his own DJ sets. This is incredibly disingenuous of all of you and makes sense why each of you would side together and defend my pedophilic ex-girlfriend while never contacting me once and dropping me at the whim of a hat. Things have never been the same with me and any of these original zombie YouTubers since this point in time.
Bro,
and I will never be working with them ever again. I will also not be apologizing to my abuser and harasser, Reagan McNulty, as I have finally escaped from you and will never allow you to ever control me and degrade me again.
That's the map I got groomed on! I fucking love that, Subo! Let's go! Guys, imagine sliding in my DMs being like, I can help you with Zasubo? I can't let him win. I can't do that until I get him. YouTuber reacted to both of the docs earlier today. Oh gosh, which one? Hi, Bryce.
Yikes.
Which one? I wish somebody would reach out to me and talk to me instead of being like, let me profit off this. A lot of people are making profit off my own fucking trauma, and it's pretty fucking lame. It's so funny, in the beginning of the diary, it's like me talking about Lex, and I'm like so unhappy in our relationship. It's me being like, I'm miserable. I'm
miserable. I sleep with 17-year-old kids.
Lex.
Yeah,
Lex sucks. And like,
that's what she was fucking saying.
And it's
bro.
like my game plan to get away
God.
from Lex. What's another tag I could put? I should put groomed. Just kidding. I'm just trying to cope by making.
Literally got the cops calling you because you were a grown ass woman in a 17-year-old's house.
Rizzler, don't. But if you like Findom and if you want somebody to be like your dominatrix, I'm here for you. Clearly, everybody knows that I could be a dom, I guess. Scarlett's a rat. Scarlett's a cocksucker. Cock muncher. How does it feel to be a cock muncher? How does it feel to be a fucking cock muncher, bitch? And have fun and have a good time and spread happiness and spread awareness. But now I'm gonna have to be like the fucking poster child for grooming and shit and assault, which doesn't bother me. But it doesn't bother me, but...
Here are some brief points that were shared on Twitter that I would like to discuss. Occasionally, while Reagan and I were in different countries, we would send each other care packages, which included cards and gifts. However, the letters Reagan shows of mine are all typed and have been forged by her to further defame my image. She claims that my company name on the bottom of these letters was edited.tv, which is completely false. If you actually go to the website, the LLC name is Velvet Platform LLC and not edited.tv co. I also bookmarked controversial tweets that I wanted to discuss with personal friends privately. Reagan had also said that the birth control was her wanting to buy it herself, contrary to her saying that I had forced her to purchase it. A text message of Reagan alleging myself calling her my minoring is false, as proven by people finding the 5G symbol on the phone when this was not invented at the time of the screenshot. I could also not find any of this on my own phone. Reagan says that I bought her marijuana paraphernalia, which goes directly against my evidence.
Wait, did she not even show the contact
at the time of the screenshot? I could also not find any of this
Bro,
on
she didn't even show his phone number. Or she showed the phone number, but
marijuana paraphernalia,
isn't that doxing
which goes
too?
directly against my evidence of her friends purchasing this for her. Reagan had told me that I rehired Dawn, but she was the one who told me to rehire him. Also, Dawn was originally Noah's editor, so I'd appreciate it if people were to stop blaming me for somebody else's actions. And as a fun fact, Reagan, I also never weighed 250 pounds, and I have no clue how anyone could spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on OnlyFans. I don't even make that much money. I would also like to publicly clarify that I'm not using Christianity as an excuse for me using self-defense and messaging other women. Having attended Christian schools throughout my entire life and leaving only after high school to focus on my YouTube career,
I want to get to the legal finance,
my return to
bro.
Christianity was deeply personal and rooted from a challenging experience I had in 2022.
Yeah,
At this
that's
time,
wild.
with all the lies, extortion, and mental abuse I endured from my ex-girlfriend, which was also severely and negatively damaging my mental health, one night at the top of my old apartment building, the pain I was living in was too much, and which brought me to the brink of a very tragic and permanent decision. It was during this incredibly emotional time that I rediscovered my faith. I'd like to apologize to anyone that felt that I used Christianity to justify my past relationship and for any derogatory comments I may have made. The constant allegations that have been blindly thrown at me over the past few weeks have caused my family to have admitted me to the hospital for suicidal ideation, which is another factor as to why I'm uploading this late. I dealt with thousands of people telling me to kill myself and calling me a pedophile for a 2-year age gap relationship, and the constant humiliation from the entire world knowing my private relationship, which is exactly what my ex wanted from this. Having over 150 million people see my most private and degrading Snapchat conversation with her is genuinely one of the least hurtful things I've experienced from her consistent abuse. That Snapchat conversation's sole purpose was to show that I have nothing to hide and that Reagan is confirming she is targeting a minor, being Lawrence. No qualified professional lawyers or police I have spoken to would identify the evidence against me provided by Reagan McNulty as pedophilia, grooming, or abuse. She could not prove anything about her allegations, and if there ever was a real problem, I'm confused as to why she didn't contact the police. I first got the law involved in 2022 with an official police report in LA
That's
regarding
crazy.
a random
She
stranger
didn't want herself getting
physically
caught, that's
assaulting
why.
me because of Reagan verbally assaulting him. In 2023, I got a cease and desist and tried to keep this relationship drama private. I've also gotten multiple lawyers involved with different specialties in regards to this case with an official police report filed in Canada against her in 2024. Reagan has never once filed the police report even after all of these situations. She tormented me, extorted me, then publicly slandered and humiliated me. These aren't the actions of a victim, but of an abuser. Ask yourself genuinely, would an abuse victim retweet memes about their own abuse situation?
I don't
Why
think
do so many of you follow? Are you guys real? Is Lex bot following me again? Yeah, the last time I got bot followed, it was Lex. I never said it out loud, but I knew it was him because the day that I got the bot follows, he texted my mom. He texted my mom and told her that he was getting threats on Twitter. Everybody knows that I could be a mean ass bitch, and if you like a mean ass bitch, I'm here for you.
Why has Reagan done this? Potentially for her new OnlyFans and Passes account, she has started to gain more financial income. It was my fault for forgiving her every time and letting her manipulate me, my family, and my friends. After I noticed what she was doing, I no longer felt comfortable seeing her or providing money, as can be seen in the text of my previous document. I'd like to formally apologize to everyone who was constantly telling telling me to leave this relationship with her, and I never listened to you. If these accusations have tainted your perception of me,
I mean, long story short, I mean, he
wish you
backed up
nothing
what
but the best.
he
As
was
to the
saying and
trounsy
everything.
drama, what part of I do not
I'm gonna wait for the
condone
video to
Danny's
end to get my final
actions
thoughts.
said
I've
in
been
that
kind of
video
silent because I've been
proves that I
listening
am
deeply
going to be supporting
past
him.
half.
I've only ever wanted the best for anyone ever involved in any situation that I've ever been in. I'd like to conclude this video with a suicide hotline prevention number and a domestic violence / abuse hotline for anyone who has ever gone through or is going through a similar situation. I would also like to thank every single individual who reached out privately to me during such a critical time. Your input mattered more than you could ever imagine. Reagan, you are a manipulative, liar, cheater, and abuser. You've not only extorted myself, but also your own roommate.
Bro, I wonder how
If
she's
you
gonna
don't want to
respond, bro.
believe
We
my
should
story,
low-key try to
that
check
is
it out
your
after I get my
choice.
response.
No amount of evidence or anything I could show proof of will ever show the true extent of how badly
We're gonna
this
see if
past
she responded
relationship
yet.
negatively
Because this video came
affected
out
my
yesterday, I
life.
believe.
I do not understand how someone so vile could be trusted. I
Yeah,
urge
man.
anyone who chooses to support Reagan McNulty or pure softy in the long run to not also fall victim and make the same mistakes I did in forgiving and falling for all her lies and constant manipulation.
Alright, guys. I'm gonna get my thoughts. So, long story short, I've already said it before in the video. Just don't talk to people that were underage when you first met them. That just shouldn't be a thing, honestly. It's just pretty bad, honestly. It should not be a thing. Shouldn't touch it in general. Shouldn't, continue to touch it in general. It's just not, doesn't look great on your end. But yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and check out the tweet real quick, and we'll check out her page and see if she responded real quick. So I'll see you guys when we check that out right now. Alrighty, so as expected, there is zero reply, and this has been out for quite a while. She hasn't even said anything in the past like week and a half. She's probably now realizing, okay, maybe it's over. Just maybe. So we're just gonna have to see how it all goes and everything. And we're most definitely gonna have to just see how it goes in the long run. But overall, guys, just make sure if any minor tries to message you and you are a grown adult, go ahead and just block them. Or if an adult is trying to message you and you are a minor, go ahead and block them. I promise you, it's not worth the trauma. I promise you, it's not worth the, your life being ruined when it goes the other way around. It's just not worth any of that. It's just crazy to me that people are constantly looking at this and saying things like, oh, well, she's overage now. It doesn't matter. You just shouldn't continue. I mean, this was his mistake, was continuing to keep contact with her. And like he said, he was being abused. He was being, manipulated and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't be doing all that in general. My final thoughts are you should just focus on yourself if you can't keep yourself away from a minor. To be fair, he didn't know for the most part. So I am siding with him on this and saying, there's a lot of manipulation involved, a lot of, extortion, stuff like that all involved. And by the time he actually knew her age, it was already far too late. Everything had been pretty much done at that point. And he had even said he didn't want to be sexual with her, even though that she was lying about her age in general. And, and he just wanted to be best friends with her because he thought she was an adult at the time. So, my opinion throughout the first half to the second half of the video pretty much changed because I thought he was just a straight weirdo. But then he gave more context and more receipts and stuff like that. And, in the long run, it turned out to be okay. So, I really hope that she gets some sort of justice here done towards her, where she kind of just loses all of her following and she dissipates into nothing and has to work flipping burgers the rest of her life. But anyways, that's pretty much going to do it for the video, guys. This video is going to be pretty long. I can already tell it's a pretty long reaction, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later, guys.